Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please adjust your volume to its maximum capacity and prepare for some great times. Welcome to the Blowed Out Podcast. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 18. I hope that I'm thanking everyone for sticking around, and welcome to everybody that's new. We're still just a hair shy of 500 downloads, which I want to thank each and every one of you for each and every one of those. We're gaining steam, and hopefully everyone's still enjoying it. Be sure to tell your friends and family and co-workers. I don't know, random people at Walmart, for that matter. Tell everybody. Yell it from the mountaintops. Anyhow, we are, Lord, rapidly running out of time left in this year. Like, man, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wrap my head around where it's gone so fast. Seems like every time I turn around, we lose another month. Of course, it doesn't help that we've been so damn busy with projects in the shop and school mess. Just, life. Isn't adulting fun? Isn't adulting great, kids? Anyhow, like I said, thanks for joining me. Just a solo ramble session this time. Like I said, we've been just pegged with a couple of shop projects that now we have finally managed to get buttoned up. Not all of them, unfortunately, but one or two of the major ones. So hopefully now we can focus our efforts on some other things. And I can get back to putting out some content with not so much of a gap in between. In all fairness, that raises a question or poses a question. Does it bother you guys? Does anyone have an opinion on whether or not I should be putting out episodes more often? Or is this unfortunate 2 week, I guess? Yeah, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, sometimes just shy of 2 weeks, but is that frequency seem to be enough? Obviously I would like to get to where they're much more often than that. But I also want to keep everything engaging. I don't want to just sit here and, dumb ramble for 35 minutes every 5 or 8 days just for the sake of putting out an episode every 5 or 8 days. So I don't know if you've got an opinion on that. Let me know. I did get some feedback that on the longer episodes, we should cut it down or split them into 2, keep them a bit shorter, and then just, split the episodes into 2 with a bit of a segue into each of them. So we're going to take that into consideration, and I appreciate the feedback. Anyhow, I guess we should get into things. Lord, where are we? I almost just went full McConnell on everybody. Full Mitch McConnell, and started buffering there for a second. Damn near dropped the Wi-Fi signal. Anyhow, honestly, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but I recently took my teenage daughter to her first concert. Well, we gave it hell anyhow. The Offspring in the big city here, Salt Lake City, Utah. We got rained out like a chunky mofo. Like I said, sorry if I already told you guys that. But luckily, Live Nation, much to my surprise, decided to have a do-over, which I did not expect. But so we just did that a few days ago now, and it was amazing, guys. It was fantastic. If you like Offspring and have the opportunity, these guys are still killing it. It was a fantastic show. So I figured that was worth a mention. Excuse me. One thing that I did notice, and it's been a minute or two since I've been to a concert or a live show for that matter. Obviously, with the COVID and everything else, it's been a minute. I don't understand. I'm a huge people watcher. I don't understand why, I get it. You're going to a concert. It's a big deal. You're excited. Cool. At what point do you wake up the day of the show and say to yourself, you know what? I am going to try and find the most ridiculous outfit I can possibly muster up. And then I'm going to color my hair 58 different ways. I don't know. Basket in egg whites. And I'm going to put electrical tape on one nipple. I'm going to put, I don't know, a fish hook with a banana on it through the other nipple. I'm going to have one of my labia hanging out of the bottom of my Barney cut off pajama bottoms, and let's see. Oh wait, a pirate hat, a shower curtain earring, one glass eye, half of a goatee, male or female, mind you. Ooh, and then I'm going to go with a galosh. I assume that's the singular version of galoshes. I'm going to have a galosh on one foot and then some sort of steampunk high heel hooker boot or maybe moon boot. Guys, granted, I'm getting old, but what in the actual hell is going on? I've been to a hell of a lot of concerts, guys, for a long time. And again, yes, I'm getting old, but what in the Santa Claus shit are these people thinking? Between last week, or like I said, it was last week. So, 5 days ago, when the concert actually happened, and then several weeks ago, when it was supposed to happen the first time, I have seen things that you can't even describe. Now, I find that funny because I've been called a lot of things: irreverent, blasphemous, PC, politically correct. Sorry, almost went McConnell again there. But for about 90% of the folks at that show, y'all need Jesus. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it. Because like I said, I just can't wrap my head around it. And I don't know why you would go out in public that way, but I mean, fair enough. We, Salt Lake, I say we, but Salt Lake just hosted the, I don't know, oddities and curiosities convention or expo or whatever over the weekend. Okay, I get it if you're going there, but Lord of mercy, again, that's just me. Maybe I'm getting old, but, and I do apologize again because I did remember on my last little air conditioner / smoke break that I had mentioned this to you guys. So there's that. Anyhow, speaking of random stupidity, or I don't know, I guess depends on how you want to look at it. What do you guys think about this Arizona governor with her non weapons carrying, non firearms carrying, mandate because crime is too high, and expects and just is just going to go ahead and throw that out there? I have a problem with that. Even if we were going to agree that I owned firearms, which, of course, I do not, because that just isn't right. You don't want to own firearms in this day and age. We'll just leave it at that. This is not okay. This is ludicrous, in my opinion, and I don't understand why she feels that she is in somehow or some way, shape, or form able to enact this mandate and have it hold any water. We're constitutionally allowed to bear firearms, and in her own state, also allowed to concealed carry. And I apologize if I'm not positive on this, but I believe, and I should double check while I'm sitting here saying it, but open carry, either way, even if it's in just concealed. If I'm concealed carrying, it's none of your damn business. If I have your permit to concealed carry, even if it's not constitutional carry, if I've jumped through all the hoops to have a concealed carry permit in your state, you're not going to tell me that I can't now until you tell me that I can again, because crime is too high, or, this, that I have probably mentioned this before, but last time I checked, criminals don't obey laws. So why the hell anyone thinks that this is going to work or be effective or stop any of said crime? Criminals generally don't have concealed carry permits or abide by any of the rules that you lay down. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a pretty dumb friggin' statement. Trying to be better about using my blatant curse words, but yeah, that's pretty fucking dumb. So, I tried for a minute. That's as good as it got. What do you guys think? If, let's just say if, hypothetically speaking, if you were a firearm owner, a publicly acknowledging firearm owner, and you also liked to carry said firearm, either concealed or open, obviously within the laws of your state or province or wherever you happen to be within the country, how would you feel, or how do you feel if you're in Arizona, about being told that you can't? Would you be okay with that? Are you okay with that? How do you feel? I would like to know, because I know how I would feel, and I also know how I would respond to that mandate. Unfortunately, I am pretty terrified that this is just going to be Lord, I'm trying to think how to put it best. I think this is just going to be a ever increasing trend, not only for the foreseeable future, but also for the next, 13 months, 12 months, coming up into the next election. Everything is so crazy and out of control already. It's just going to get preposterous between now and next November. Regardless of which way you swing, I know which way I swing, but regardless of which party you happen to identify with, regardless of which candidate you support, because that is an entirely another subject. But regardless of who you support or which party you support or how you see this playing out, things have obviously already gone way off the rails, and I assure you will continue going even farther off the rails from here on out, especially between now and next election. This whole thing, and I'm certain I don't have to tell any of you guys, this entire thing is such a shit show and has increasingly gained traction as a shit show for years and years now, but so much more recently. I am terrified as to where it's going to go. In years past, we went with what we assumed, or at least some of us, or the majority of us, went with what we assumed would be the lesser of two evils. Now, is there really any hope left? And I hate to say that because I really don't think that it's destitute, but even if we go with the lesser of two evils, let's say that all the candidates are just ridiculous, obviously more so, some more so than others. Lord of mercy, I'm ready. Apparently I need a nap. But obviously some more so than others. But is the lesser of two evils even going to be capable of remotely containing this shit show. Is the lesser of two evils going to be capable of keeping us out of, well, I don't know, nuclear war, multiple nuclear war, not nuclear war, but boots on ground on home turf against enemies that we cannot possibly go boots on ground with. And I don't know, I assume that the good listeners of your favorite Fatty with a Natty already understand this, but if, and I apologize for being doom and gloom, but if the communist countries of the world decided to band together, and at this point, you all know who they are, their military has so many numbers that we cannot possibly hang. And I really hate to say that, because obviously, or maybe not so obviously, for those of you who don't personally know me, I'm a patriot. Obviously, I love America. I believe in America, at least for the most part. But if we were to go boots on ground with more than one or even two of said countries, we're in a world of hurt, kids. Their numbers alone just, you can't even fathom. Unfortunately, that's just the hard reality of it. Lord, sorry. I'm almost at a loss for words, because it's just not going to be good. And I pray to God that day never happens, because it won't be good. And especially, God forbid, they band together to, form some sort of alliance and beat us where they know they can. And I hate to say that, but man, we will be in big trouble. So back to my original point, or my original reason for bringing that up, is there even someone who can do anything about it? I don't know. And I don't know, I'm certain most of you are very intelligent, and I'm certain that a lot of you know things that I don't. But is there even anyone who actually knows the answer to that question? Because I don't think there is. And again, I'm not doubting any of your guys' intelligence, but I don't think that there's anyone anywhere who knows the answer to that question. And frankly, it scares me. The Cheeto, honestly, for as much of an idiot and a mouthy asshole as he is / was, did some pretty great things, or at least help facilitate some great things economy-wise. But, could he have shut his mouth a bit more and tried to be a bit more diplomatic? Absolutely. On the flip side of that, the ones who everyone thinks, or a lot of people think, were the diplomatic ones, did that really do much? Because they can speak well, or they don't talk shit on Twitter? I don't necessarily think that that was the right answer either. And like I said, it'll be very interesting to see what happens, the things that transpire over the next year, let alone farther than that. And I say the phrase, pray to God often. I'll be honest, I don't. But anyone that does probably should be, because me personally, I have some doubts about where things are heading. That's just me, and again, I hate to be doom and gloom, but sometimes you at least have to, as a realist, you have to go, well, okay, if the worst that could happen does, what am I gonna do? I guess keep a pot full of sand around so you can stick your head in it. I don't know. Keep some lip balm handy so it's less unpleasant when we kiss our ass goodbye. I don't know. I don't have the answers, but I am curious to hear what everybody thinks about it. Just, why not? Why not have the conversations of what if? So, I don't know. There's that. Anyhow, what do you guys think about melanoma? I know that was a total 180 there, but I'm sitting here staring at this mole that I got kicking, and it's gotten bigger, and it's got speckles in it now, and it no longer is round. I should probably have that looked at, huh? But who knows? Maybe I'll just burn it off with a lighter. It's worked well for me in the past on a much grander scale. I guess to switch up gears, the bonus is the temperature. Well, at least here, I don't know about where you guys are. Temperatures are finally starting to drop back down a little bit. In fact, it's midday here in Ogden, Utah, and it's only 74, 75 degrees, which is great for guys like me. But these days are numbered, kids. This shit's going by way too fast. I don't know what things are like where you're at, but I did see another tropical storm or hurricane, or I don't know, some sort of storm is headed for the East Coast again. So hopefully everybody there is safe or in a position to stay safe. And we certainly don't need any more tragedies, supposedly weather-related tragedies, or FEMA governmentally induced tragedies. So again, hope y'all stay safe batten down the hatches, and at least you guys are used to it, or should be by now. Never a good thing, but old Mother Nature, she likes to fight back sometimes. So, again, along with fighting back, remember, everybody, that you're allowed to fight back against stupidity, entitlement, people of Walmart, bad drivers, corporations that make stupid decisions, wokeness. Oh, Lord, the list goes on and on. Now, don't take that as me giving you any sort of clearance to go out and join said stupidity by fighting against anything. Use your brains, guys. Brains, not brawn. And fight back with your brains. I'm not condoning any bad behavior, but the day may come, so stay sharp, stay prepared, stay safe, and just remember that we're the only ones probably who can. Anyhow, I think I've overstayed my welcome for the episode, so I will wrap things up here. Again, t-shirts are available, guys. If you would like one, we currently have black t-shirts with the white logo, either front or back. If you'd like to get your hands on one, head on over to Facebook and message us, or hit us up at blowedoutpodcast@gmail.com, and we will make sure to get you one. $20 plus shipping, and I promise to find the fastest, cheapest way to get it to you in good shape. So I can't tell you what shipping will be, but it won't be much. So anyhow, $20 plus shipping. International folks, I apologize. I do not know what that will be, but hit us up, and we will get that figured out with you. If you would like a t-shirt, of course, we'll throw some stickers in there for you. Also, if you are interested in advertising on the Blowed Out Podcast, hit us up at blowedoutpodcast@gmail.com. Again, guys, remember to tell your friends and family and dogs, neighbors. You could do that. If you don't like your neighbors, you could always sick us on them. Kind of a sweet revenge. Make them have to listen to my... we'll just leave it at that. I could say all kinds of things, but as always, this episode is brought to you by Evolution Design Works, specializing in custom steel fabrication, custom handrails, die-cut vinyl, stickers, signs, all kinds of stuff. Feel free to check them out on Facebook, Evolution Design Works. Also, fine finishes, custom carpentry out of Salt Lake, Utah. If you are in the, Four Corners, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, anywhere within, at least a 15-hour drive from Utah, and would like some of the finest custom carpentry to be had, feel free to hit those fellers up. Fine finishes. And on that note, again, I'm going to leave you with that for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it wasn't the greatest, but I had fun. Hope you did too. And as always, we'll talk to you guys real soon. Cheers.